You know, when we talk about improving early childhood education, it's kind of exciting to see programs that go beyond the classroom. I mean, just look at what the Great Expectations program is doing in Pima County.
Yes, it's such a game changer. It's like they saw the need for professional development and just elevated it. The whole community of practice model, right? That shifts everything, multiple sessions throughout the year where educators collaborate and learn together. It's so intentional.
Exactly. And the philosophy they're working from is very focused. They want education to be the expectation, not the exception. And they're doing it by tying these sessions to meaningful applied learning. Plus, connecting it to options like college credits. That's such a smart move to support educators professionally.
Oh, totally. It lets them take what they learn right back into their work with kids. Those hands on experiences paired with job embedded coaching. I mean, how often do we see that kind of follow through in professional development programs?
Not often enough, that's for sure. But one thing that really stands out to me is the sense of, how can I put it, like co-creating knowledge. Educators aren't just being lectured at, they're working together to develop strategies that fit the unique needs of their communities.
Yes, that makes all the difference. I've seen how much that empowers educators. And you know what? That story about Cuquis and Jorge from Mi Ángel de mi Guardia, it's the perfect example of this program in action.
Ah, yes, their story really highlights the impact. They've taken these trainings and brought national level insights into their home care program. And it's not just a one-time improvement. They're building lasting change while encouraging others to grow.
I love that. Honestly, it's inspiring. And their enthusiasm for learning, you can tell that those lessons and supports are making a difference for the kids in their care. It's proof that these communities of practice aren't just theory, they're transforming lives. Speaking of inspiring stories like Cuquis and Jorge, it's amazing how many options the Great Expectations program provides through their communities of practice. It's like no matter where you are as an educator, there's something for you.
It's really impressive. I mean, think about Project Best. It's geared specifically for infant and toddler care, right? And Marjorie Mullins is out there helping educators dig into things like responsive caregiving and creating environments that are developmentally appropriate.
Exactly. And then you've got programs like Inspire Inclusion with Erin Aguilar, where educators get to learn what real inclusion looks like. I've seen so many people really light up when they realize how to adapt their classrooms to be inclusive for all kids, no matter their specific needs or abilities.
That's so important. And what about creating connections? It's all about fostering positive relationships with infants and toddlers, which, sets such a strong foundation for their development. Those peer bonds among caregivers must be transformative too.
Totally. And the focus on building supportive peer relationships through that program. I mean, I don't think we talk enough about how much early educators need that sense of connection themselves.
No, we really don't. It's like they've created communities within communities, and these bilingual programs, they're an essential part of it all. Empowering Conscious Educators and the Story Project come to mind. They're showing how critical it is to make learning accessible for diverse populations.
Yes. And those programs do more than just teach. They validate the cultural backgrounds of the educators and the kids they serve. It's like saying your experiences, the way you speak, what you bring to the table, it all matters.
That's such a powerful message. And the fact that these programs are tailored so intentionally shows just how much care has gone into this system. From leadership practices with Steele to developmentally appropriate environments with educators like Marjorie, it's all such meaningful work.
It really is. And it gets me so fired up to see how these efforts ripple out, improving so many classrooms and communities.
Building on all these incredible programs, let's dive into how educators are personally supported to thrive both in their professional roles and in the difference they make for kids and families. I think the Raising Resilience program really exemplifies this, don't you?
Oh, it completely does. I mean, the focus on trauma informed care and helping educators understand things like adverse childhood experiences, that's a game changer. It's like giving them the tools to not just recognize trauma, but to really respond in ways that build trust and healing.
Exactly. And Ashley Curtis King's work with this program is a perfect example of that. She's helping connect the dots between theory and practical strategies, giving educators the confidence to handle those tough situations in the classroom.
Right? It's so needed too. I've seen this firsthand with early educators. They face challenges that go far beyond just teaching ABCs, and having training that incorporates things like social emotional support or even self care for the educator. I mean, can we just talk about how important that is?
We can't overstate it, and it ties into the idea of systemic change. When educators have ongoing coaching and resources like this, they're taking those skills back into their communities. It's not just about improving individual classrooms, it's about changing the system to support every child.
Exactly. And you know what I love about this whole Great Expectations framework? It goes back to making education the expectation, not the exception. These supports, whether it's Raising Resilience or any of the communities of practice, show how much we can achieve when we invest in educators.
It's inspiring, isn't it? And it's a reminder of why this work matters. Seeing programs like this in action reminds us that change is possible, but it starts with supporting the people who are out there, doing the work every single day.
Absolutely. It's about giving real tools, real strategies, and then saying, you've got this. That empowerment, it's at the heart of everything we've talked about today.
On that note, what an incredible conversation this has been. Programs like Great Expectations are proof that when we come together, we can truly transform the future of education.
I couldn't agree more. And to everyone listening, thank you for joining us today. Let's keep building up our educators and advocating for the change we want to see.
Absolutely. Until next time.